Hey everyone! Ooh, do you guys like this effect? It's actually an effect that came in the GX1 camera. It's called a toy effect, I think. Anyways, today it was a really hot day, and basically what I did was in the morning I kind of slept in, and then I went to Oliver's house to do laundry. I think I had 3 loads, and that took a very long time, and then I came home. And then I fell asleep again, and then I went to Sephora because I just had to return something, and the mall was closed. So yeah, no returning for me, but I'm gonna have to go tomorrow. The Clinique's, like, you know that yellow gel kind of like lotion? I think it's step 3 of the 3-step system thing. You know, a lot of people rave about it, and my roommate back in college, she actually had very bad skin, and she was like, this is like the only lotion that works on me, like it's so great, you should use it too, la 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 la. So last time when I was at Sephora, I kind of bought that, and I tried it for about like a week, or I think like 10 days, I don't know, 2 weeks, I don't know. The thing is, I think it's like a combination of the weather here in California and the birth control pills, but my skin is actually very dry, and I feel like that moisturizer doesn't provide adequate moisturizing to my skin. So my skin looks really battered, and I think I've already mentioned this before, but when I go to work, I have sunlight just like bashing on my face, and like it's more like the left side that gets more sunlight, and then when I come back up after work, that's like when the sun is setting, so I get sunlight on my left face again, and like it's always my left face that gets too much sunlight. And the problem is I don't really tan that well, and I just kind of get like all these like burnt, it just gets really red and sore, and it stings when I'm in the shower trying to wash my face because I don't know, my skin just doesn't like the sun. So basically my skin is actually very, very exhausted, and I could just see it in like pictures or like videos I take, or you know, just looking at myself in the mirror. I could just definitely feel like my skin has aged in such a short period of time because of A, lack of sleep, and B, because I don't think that moisturizer is working for me. So yeah, I'm gonna have to return that. And throughout the years of all the skin products that I've used, I think the ones that worked best for me were the SK2 essence thing. That actually worked really well for me. I had really good skin when I was using that. And then Dior actually kind of worked really well for me. And then the spa products that my mom and dad brought for me from Korea, the R7 system, I've actually gone through it all completely, so I can't even get it even if I wanted to, but that actually worked really, really well for my skin. So what I'm gonna do is I'm trying, I know that this is kind of foolish because I'm not at that age anymore, but back in 2007, 2008 was when my skin was like almost like perfect. I like literally had nothing on my skin, and it was just like so well maintained. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, what did I do back then? And I remember I had makeup on every single day because that was like the period when I was like really into like, you know, getting myself all prepped up. But I do remember that I used the Shuemura cleansing oil, and I used the green one because that lady at the duty-free shop in Narita was like, oh, this is so good, it has green tea and all that stuff in it. And I remember like my face feeling very clean after I used that, and that's like my whole story of getting into like cleansing oils. I did use the Sarurasu cleansing oil, and it's all gone, but I just feel like that whole bottle of Sarurasu cleansing oil, it was nice, but I just always kind of felt like the oil was not oily enough, if that even makes sense. It's just like while I'm like rubbing it on my makeup and my skin, I just always kind of felt like it kind of like dried out, or should I say I don't know, it just like, I just never felt like no matter how much I used, it was not enough to like have like that feeling of like, oh, you know, like I'm actually like taking my makeup off. I actually ordered some stuff from Shuramura, and one of the stuff was that green cleansing oil again, because it worked so well for me. And then for skincare products, what I was going to do was I was going to return the Clinique one and then buy like Dior. I don't use the Dior Snow. I use the Dior, I think it's like RX or something like that. It's kind of like a silvery thing, but I don't know if they still have it, but I just have to kind of like browse through the skincare section and see what they have. Yeah. And then I have to order SK2 essence from online, and yeah, I think that's about it. And then sunscreen wise, I think Anessa and the CMP one, I kind of mix them. I sometimes use the Anessa one and then I sometimes use the CMP one. It just really depends on what finishing I want. Like if I want a more like light finishing, then I use the Anessa sun cream, and then if I want a more thicker feeling, or if I just want to block out more sun, I use CMP. Both are actually kind of running really low because I put sunscreen on in the morning, and then I'm like in like the building all day long, and the only other time that I'm exposed to the sun is when I'm going back home. So before I leave, I just put on like another layer of sunscreen, and then I get into the car. I think that's just kind of like an update on my skin and stuff. I do look a little bit better today because I think I've been like sleeping a lot, but during the weekdays I just really look like I've been through like a hell of a battle. So hey everyone, I'm about to go to bed, but I just wanted to update you guys on what's happening lately. At work we got a new member in our team, so I was training her today and time actually went by really fast. I think training new people is always interesting because it's kind of like a way of looking back at how you learned, and you know, some of the stuff that you were frustrated with when you learned, then you could just kind of like try to ease it. But I just kind of realized that my problem is I worry too much about whether or not that person is understanding, so I think I just explain everything in too much detail, which actually confuses the person more. So tomorrow I'm just going to try to hold back a couple of things and just let that person figure things out on her own instead of me like kind of babying her. The other thing is I went to Sephora. I know I was complaining about my skin, and I decided to tend more attention to my skin, so I returned the Clinique Yellow Moisturizer Gel, and I bought this today. Yay! This is from Dior. It's Skin Perfect Hydra Life Hydratant Perfector Affinite Lissant. I don't know how to read it, but I only bought this, but I think tomorrow I'm gonna go back and buy the cream, the gel cream, because I don't know, I'm not sure if this is enough. I have skin and toner before I use my moisturizer, but so far for today I just feel like this is pretty thick and it's kind of like gel rather than cream, and I like how it's not sticky after it gets absorbed. But my main concern now is dryness because of A, the weather here in California, and then B, because of my birth control pills. So I'm just going to try to see how well this holds up. And then the thing about cars, I have to buy a car before my dad comes back, which is going to be the end of this month, so I really don't have that much time to consider all my options. I need a commuter car because I commute a very long distance, and I thought my dad's car mileage was about like 34, 32 highway and PG, but according to my mom it's actually 25, so no wonder like the gas was just psh. And I was so upset when I figured out it was 25. I feel like that car is like a gas guzzling car, so I'm trying to buy a car that has best fuel economy, and obviously Prius is kind of like on the top of the list, but I don't want to spend too much money because it's going to be a lease, so you know, I just strictly need it for commuting. I'm not looking for anything fancy, but then again, when you start doing car shopping, you kind of don't want to stick to the base models. I think my choices would probably be either a Honda Civic. I didn't like the Accord because some finishings were just too cheap for that price of a car, and I don't need a big car, so I just need like a car just for myself and maybe sometimes Oliver, and it might be that, or I really want the Mazda CX-5, which is a SUV, but it actually gets pretty good mileage. The only thing is Mazda doesn't really have any what's it called, Memorial Day sales or any sort of promotions, or the Mazda 3, but I just feel like I'm insulting Mazda if I don't drive in stick, and I don't know how to drive stick, so automatic is going to be pretty boring. Other than that, maybe the Ford Focus, or we're going to give Chevy Cruze one more chance, because last time when we were test driving it, the salesman actually gave us the wrong model and the car was almost out of gas. So maybe that's the reason why it didn't drive as it's supposed to. So this time Oliver's going to test drive it again and we'll try to see how that works. A lot of people recommended Prius on my Twitter, but yeah, like I said, it's not really within like the money range that I want to spend. And last but not least is the house issue. Kind of like house shopping with Oliver kind of hit me and brought me back to reality. Now I kind of have like a goal. I want a house that I could call my own. I never really minded renting, but I guess it's really good to have a place of your own, and kind of geared me into like a money saving mindset where I try to not spend money excessively on stuff that I really don't need. You know, a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there, you know, that all adds up. So nowadays what I'm trying to do is, instead of buying what I want to buy, let's say like I wanted to buy something that's not really necessary, like this lotion was necessary because I need lotion, but let's say like I wanted to buy, I don't know, a camera lens, and let's say it's like $700. Instead of buying the lens, I would take that money and put it into my savings account, and then, you know, kind of deduct it as if I've already bought that lens, and try to put it towards my future so I could have a home of my own. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm at the library, and look what they have. Oh well, hello there, Emperor Penguins. Hello. You want to go home with me? No? Okay. Hey everyone, so me and Oliver met up after my work, and we are going to go get some poquito más. Today I learned some Spanish. Poquito más means, poquito means like little, and más means more. So a little more.
A little bit more.
A little bit more. I learned it in Korean.
Alright.
But anyway, so here's one more package. Yay! Okay. It is from Norway, and we'll open it when I get home. Or do you want to open it now?
No, just open it and get home. Give me the key.
Yummy! This is mine. That's Oliver's. I think mine is better.